What's going on, YouTube? Lasagna here, back with another episode of Road to 2000. Today we're at 1709 and had a bit of time while I just downloaded Expedition 33, and my internet speed is like very slow and the game's like 50 gigabytes, so got some time to play some chess, so here we go. I bought a new PC like in the spring, and I just like never haven't really taken advantage of it. Like, haven't tried any really new games, and I saw that Expedition 33 was nominated for a bunch of stuff at the Game Awards, so decided that I would pick it up, try it out. It's on sale a little bit right now, so I've heard really good things. So yeah, in this game, we got some sort of like, he built this pawn chain. His bishop's kind of like hemmed in right now by the pawns here, so, and but he does have the bishop pair. But our queen's nicely placed in the center of the board. He can't like kick me out anymore, so yeah, I think the position's pretty good here. Now, what do I want to do in this position? I mean, knight f3 looks obvious. Let's just bring the knight out. I'm just wondering if he goes here, maybe he wants to double these pawns, and I'm not sure how good that is for us. Because I think I kind of wanted to castle this way, but that's not the end of the world. I think we could, in that position, just go bishop e3 and long castles. And, you know, maybe this g-file would be of use to us if we had to take back here with the pawn. All right, so let's go bishop e3 like we planned. Takes, and it would be very symmetrical in that position. Okay, well now he's threatening to win a pawn here. We could go queen c4, threatening this fork. Like queen c4 takes, check. If here, we could take the rook there with check, so if we go queen c4, c5, in that position we might have knight to d5, and that looks pretty solid. I think queen c5 looks good to me. I don't want to spend too long contemplating. So let's just play it. And one thing that I'm noticing in this position is his two minor pieces here are having troubles, because this one's hemmed in by the pawn chain, and this one, like, he'd probably want the f6 square for his knight. Because if he puts it here, then he's blocking his bishop even further. So black's got some problems to resolve. I think my position's a bit more harmonious, just with the two knights in the center, with the bishop here, and so I think we are better in this position. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, he just goes back here. But I think that's a win for us. Just a question of what we want to do here. Like, if we castle queenside, he's going to go rook b8, and there's some immediate pressure here. I think I'm just going to kingside castle. Okay, that move doesn't look very good. I think I'm just going to go rook d8 here, or rook d1, and just improve the position. I think opening up the center here pretty soon is going to make a lot of sense with the king here. If you ever long castles, we can take the pawn, so. And I think I want to make like a couple more preparatory moves before we open up the center. Okay, so here. Could just drop the queen back. I don't see a big problem with that. We could go queen d3 as well. Yeah, let's just go here. Pawn's protected here, so no issues there. And I think we'll just go rook e1 and maybe e5, although if I go e5, maybe he can like push. So maybe that isn't the best move. This move kind of comes to mind, just attacking the queen. And putting a little bit of pressure on this pawn. Maybe we could put the queen back on this square as well to target this pawn a little bit further. Because my idea is... Okay, so maybe he wants like this to threaten checkmate. I'm wondering about f4. f4 here. I just don't want to have to go g3. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but... I'm just going to go king h1. Probably not the best move, but I didn't really like the positions where he was coming here. I just really don't want to have to play the move g3. Feels like that would just be an unnecessary concession. And I'm just kind of attracted to this move, queen c4, attacking this pawn, because if I can get him to push here and I can get my knight to this square, this feels like we'll have a pretty big advantage. Okay, so now I'm kind of wondering if I can push in the center of the board. Here takes maybe f4, actually. Let's go f4. Now that my king's off of this diagonal, I think it's not as weakening. And I kind of want to play either this move or this move, just try to open up the center a little bit more while his king's still here. He could kingside castle in this position. There I could probably consider this move though, just attacking the queen. And shutting out his light square bishop. We go here, queen h5, threatening checkmate. We go here. We go queen h5 still. It might just be this move there, though. Here, queen h5, h6. h6 doesn't actually threaten the knight, but... I think I'm going to do this anyways. Doesn't look like a bad move. Queen h5. Maybe we could just go bishop f4 there. Bishop f4, here, here, and I think I'm chilling. Let's just go here, protect the pawn. I think we are still quite a bit better, but this conglomeration of pieces kind of aimed towards my king isn't the most comfortable thing in the world, but I still think we are better in this position. His queen's almost trapped here, by the way. Like, if we could get a knight to this square, like, where is the queen gonna go? I guess he could just take the knight in that position, but... something to keep in mind, at least, that if we could attack this with a minor piece, that we'd be winning. Okay, he's attacking the queen here, so... not many great options. Do I really have to trade queens? That's kind of crazy. I guess I could have just taken the knight. I should have taken the knight. Yeah, this isn't very good. I mean, the good news is his bishop's still a little bit locked out here. Okay, he's threatening a fork here. And he's threatening this pawn. Yeah, I kind of bungled this a little bit. What if I just go here? I don't know if this is a good move or not. Like, he could just put his bishop here, and that's also a pretty powerful diagonal, but... Let's see, if I go here... I just need to protect this fork. Here takes, here I guess. I just gotta move. I'm just gonna sack the pawn to get the B file, is my idea. Alright, let's go here, I guess. I've got to speed up. We only have 1:53 left. Let's just protect the pawn, I guess. Just gonna try to make some fast moves so I don't lose on the clock. Maybe this move makes some sense to try to protect this pawn. So that maybe I can play this move. Kind of want to like bring my king up a little bit maybe too. Because I do want to play this move eventually, I think. Just gonna try to move quick. I'm guessing we're gonna get this. And I'll go here, maybe. Actually, that would just lose a pawn. What other move? Well, here takes... Takes. I just want to use the file here. And he's only got 220 left, so if I keep moving instantly, maybe I can catch up on the clock and somehow come back here. Okay, we gotta move the knight. We're currently down 2 pawns, I guess. So definitely not the best position in the world, that's for sure, but... Just keep moving instantly, that's the plan. only have 20 seconds, I gotta move. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god! What is going on? Oh, what have I done? Oh my god, it's a draw. Oh, what a silly slop fest. Oh my god. I mean, I had 0.8 seconds, so I don't think even with, like, it takes 0.1 seconds to make a pre-move on chess.com, so even if I did the correct pre-moves there, I don't think I was winning that, but... I mean, I guess we'll take the draw. We had no time left, and I think we held together there at the end, but we'll take a look at the analysis. So it seems like that wasn't a very well-played game. I had a 66% accuracy. Lopen1 had a 70.2. I like Lopen's profile picture, by the way. It's like a nice walkway with some flowers beside it. Kind of nicely contrasts what happened in that game just now, because that was absolute insanity. So we get this e4 opening, and I forget what this is called, but whenever they play like this kind of small center game where they block the bishop out, it's generally like, I don't know, there's, is this the Philidor, I guess, or it's kind of like Philidor-esque, but usually you want the bishop outside of the pawn chain, but this opening is playable. And I like playing this line where you take with the queen, and then you pin the knight so that you can take with the bishop, and then you can leave your queen in the center. And the queen's pretty well placed in the center of the board, kind of putting pressure on this this diagonal. So that's what we do. We play knight f3, get a pin here. And yeah, in this position, if he takes, this is playable for black, but I thought that maybe I could go for a quick long castle here, and that we'd have some early lead in development here, maybe use the g-file as well. So I thought this might have been good for us, which it looks like we would have had a pretty serious advantage here. Even here I was feeling really good though, because, you know, I'm threatening a fork here, which would win the rook. Like black's idea with queen f6, I think, was that, I don't know, say I go here, then he can take with the attack on the rook here. But yeah, this move I thought was pretty nice, just counterattacking here. So he goes back, and this is just much better for white here, because we have the two active knights in the center. His pieces are having a hard time developing. But somehow I let him get back in this, so it'll be interesting to see what we did wrong. Okay, short castle is considered an inaccuracy. It is telling me to go long here, which I thought was a little dangerous, because maybe black could use the b-file here, but I guess just with the severe lack of development on the king side, I shouldn't be worried about this, because it's going to take him a lot of moves to get his king out of the center. So in the meantime, we could probably just murder him on the board. So yeah, I decided to go short, which was wrong. h6 seemed a little slow, because I thought this knight might have wanted to come here, because he probably doesn't want to come here and block the bishop, but anyways, I just continue rook d1 and just keeping the queens on the board because we're trying to attack. And in this position, felt like I kind of let it slip a little bit. What was the best move here? Okay, rook fe1. That makes a lot of sense, just kind of slow playing and trying to improve the position. Yeah, because eventually I'll probably want to play this move, open up and attack the king. So I do like rook fe1. I don't know why I didn't play that. But I decided to go knight d4, which doesn't do much because, yeah, the queen actually wants to get off of this square because it's blocking all of his pieces. And now he has this kind of annoying threat of bishop h3. Like if I do nothing, bishop h3 here is annoying because if I go here, then I lose the rook. The pawn's pinned. And so I don't even know what the best move is to defend this. Okay, g3 is the best move. So yeah, I didn't want to allow this. So I went king h1, which was a little slow. Engine says queen c4. I was curious about this. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have time to play this because this comes with a check. I don't know why. I did kind of think about coming back here. Maybe I was just worried that he was going to play c5 and then he'd have a tempo on the knight and that he could come here now. But I guess I have knight f5. This is a nice move because, yes, it sacrifices a pawn. But now the position's like getting more open. I have rook e1 and there's some pressure down the file here. So yeah, I probably should have considered that a bit more. But I go rook h1, which still is fine, I think. I decided to go f4, which is a mistake. He goes knight g4, which I thought was probably a little bit wrong. We go f5, he goes queen here. I decide to go bishop f4. We get here, I drop the bishop back, just maintaining the defense on the h2 square. He goes here, hitting my queen. A lot of bad moves here. Yeah, and this I just made this move too quickly, or well, not too quickly because I had no time. I needed to move quickly, but I just didn't consider taking the knight here, which would have been better. Yeah, like this position's completely fine. Ooh, it says g4 here. Wait, g4. Knight f3. Can't say I understand that. Maybe it wants to eventually use the G file for attacking purposes. I have no idea what G4 is all about. But yeah, I should have taken the knight when it jumped there. Instead, I moved the queen, which just now he can just trade queens, and now we just have to play this like position where I thought it might have been balanced, but after the move knight c4, like this is just really unpleasant because he's hitting the fork here. He's hitting the fork of the rooks, and he's hitting this pawn. So yeah, it's just not very good. So I go h4. He drops the bishop back, and I go bishop f4, just protecting the forking square, giving him the pawn. I thought knight takes b2 probably was the best move, and we get a position like this or something. And my idea was just going to be that although I sacked the b pawn here, I have some compensation with the rook on the 7th rank. But he didn't go for that. Instead, he went... said he took this pawn, which I didn't even consider, by the way. Which is probably why the move h4 wasn't very good. Because if my bishop ever has to come here, then this pawn's hanging. So I just kind of created a weakness for no reason. So I go b3 in this position. He goes knight a3, which is kind of strange. I thought he might just drop back. But yeah, he goes here, which it does attack the pawn. It just feels like maybe his knight will get a little bit stuck over here. So I'll go rook b2. We get kingside castles, and I stack. Just trying to make fast moves. By the way, notice that I only have a minute 40 against 3:30 in this position, so I just had to move instantly. And to my credit, I did manage to move instantly for the next like 20 moves, which is kind of what I needed to do. And I liked this move. It felt like this one, it chopped 40 seconds off his clock. This probably saved the game for me. Because it like at the surface, it looks like lasagna. What are you doing? 1-2. And you only have one defender, but this leaves the bishop exposed here. And it so it's a bit of a forcing line here where we get a bunch of trades. And now we have this position where I'm just down 2 pawns. Probably about to be a third, but I guess I can take here, so it's just an even trade. So we're just down 2 pawns here, and this is just completely losing. But we kept our wits about us and just played like a bullet game and managed to squeak the time back. And then this last moment here I thought was hilarious, where I went here just absolutely losing my mind and hanging the rook. But he lost his mind right back, looking like a 300 level game at this point. And so I take the rook, and now we're just winning. But the problem is I have 12.7 seconds against 46. So yeah, I won't go through all these moves because it's just like time, scramble, panic. Already in this position, I probably could have just... Well, the problem is if I sack, then he is promoting. I mean, I guess I... Like, yeah, I don't have time to calculate any of this, right? Like that it's a check and that I win the game there, but... yeah. So just a big mess. And 3 seconds left here is a tall task. Like, I don't know why I was pre-moving king moves. I should have just promoted the pawn, but even then, I don't think that's enough time for me to do the king-queen checkmate, because it takes 0.1 seconds every time I make a pre-move, so yeah, this is just a draw. So all's well that ends well. Game ends peacefully, and we maintain our 1709 rating. So on that note, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and have yourselves a lovely day.